Hi everyone, it's Justine here from House of Mahalo. Thanks so much for joining me. So we're here for the final pages of the spring section of my altered book journal. So this is what we did last week. We did this little collagey page and file folder, and we've got a file folder and another collagey page on the back. So since then, all I've done is just matted this side of the page, and I didn't want to add anything to it apart from a little bit of stenciling because we've already got flowers on the paper, and this way the highlight can be, the focus can be on what we've done here. So I think that's right. You'll notice I've done a matting where I've got this brown border from the book page underneath. In the end, I decided to keep that because we've got a little bit of brown from the butterfly there, and I felt like it just kind of almost framed that page a little bit. And also I had to have it along this side so as not to go into the spine too much. So then I thought, well, I might as well have it the whole way around. And actually I think it works quite well with that brown butterfly. And then of course we've got some brown on this side as well, so you can see it reflected there. So I think that works quite well. So this is it. Final page. This is all I've got left to do in the spring pages. And as discussed before in the planning, I'm going to use this fabric, and we're going to have some kind of fabric flip and vellum type pocket. That's what I'm thinking of doing. So I've got my vellum, and I'm thinking to use this digital from the Journal Boat. It's a pink memento kit. I have used it for a couple of the previous pages. So I'm going to have that behind the vellum, and I'm going to have this part of the vellum folded up to give me my pocket. It's kind of what I'm aiming to do. So I just want to see, double check that this is definitely what I want, and how is the fabric flip going to look and stuff. And you'll notice some of the colours here, the pinks and peachy kind of colours and the greens, are reflected in the fabric here, so I think that works quite nicely. Now I'm just thinking, am I going to want to, vellum doesn't stick amazingly well. You can get it to stick with art glitter glue, and it does, does work fine, but I normally sew vellum, so part of me is thinking, should I be like sewing the vellum onto the paper and then stick it into the book? And likewise, do I want to sew the fabric flip onto the vellum, which I think I'm going to want to do, yes. So what I'll do then, what I'm going to do, is I first of all want to get my paper, so the backing paper, to be the size that I want it to be. So I'm just going to come in like this. I'm just trying to decide what part of the paper I want to keep, or maybe I even want to keep this one. No, I definitely want to use this one because I'm thinking then the pink and everything is down there. So, okay. Right, let me just get this torn down to size. So I hope you're all doing well. I hope you're enjoying the altered book. I'm loving it. I'm really loving it, and it feels good, so good to get back into it. Like I say, I'm not going to, I don't want to keep the summer pages. I want to come back to this fairly soon afterwards. I'm going to take a little break because I do want to have a think about, what pages am I going to do in the summer section, but I don't want to leave it too long, definitely. I can't see my mark, there it is. Okay, right, so that's my paper torn down. But yeah, I've been absolutely loving it. Yeah, it's been fun just to come on and do a couple of pages at a time, and have it build up to be something. Okay, so that's what I've got. I'm not bothered that it's not amazingly straight. It really, that kind of thing really doesn't bother me for this project at all. Right, so I'm going to want the Yeah, I'm going to want to sort the vellum, aren't I? Okay, so I actually don't need the book for a little while now, so let's pop that out of the way, because essentially I'm just going to do everything on this bit of paper, and then that's going to yeah, be it. So this is going to go behind my vellum. Okay, so I'm just making a mark as to where to cut that, so let's start there. I am completely making this up. I'm not following tutorials or anything, so and I've never done this, so you'll just have to bear with me a moment. So yeah, I just want to cut the vellum down to essentially just inside my page is what I'm going for. Yeah, and then I just want to straighten up this pocket. That'll do me, lovely. Okay, so we're done with that. And hey, look, I've got an offcut that I can use to make a tag like I did in Roxy's weekly challenge. That was fun. Okay, right, so I'm just going to ink the back page because I'm not going to be able to do this once the vellum is down. And I don't want to ink the vellum, I want to keep that. I might stencil it a little bit, but for the most part I want to keep it quite fresh looking. Did I say this was a journal boat digital? I have started linking kits that I use in my descriptions, so if you see me using kit paper, should be the details should be down below. Okay, so I'm gonna run some glue. So I'm using that art glitter glue because it does stick to vellum okay. And I'm just gonna, and it dries clear so I won't see it. I'm just going to run a very thin line around the vellum, and I might as well just put a little bit in there. Okay, whoops. Right. Oh, it goes like a worm when you glue it. There we go. Okay, right. Just lining that up. Like I said, I'm not interested in it being perfect. Okay, that's that. And then I want to just close up my pocket. Again, this is going to be stitched. But don't feel like you have to do any sewing, you don't have to. I'm just going to do a straight stitch around this. Okay, right, that's my pocket. And then I want to look at my fabric, get this cut down to size. I'm thinking I should probably put, I mean, this is such lovely fabric, isn't it? I'm probably going to put some kind of topper at the top, like lace or crochet or something, to finish this off. Right, now the question is, can I cut in a straight line? Let's try. Okay, my husband's great aunt sent me this fabric and I love it. I've used it quite a lot in the Secret Garden projects that I've done. Yeah, I haven't cut that straight at all, but that's fine. I'm thinking once it's sewn down onto the page, I'll just cut it a bit neater. And I'm having it hanging down slightly because I want this to be almost like a tab to help you pull up the fabric. And if it hangs out of the book, I love that. So I'm going to do that. Right, so I need some of this stuff. I'm thinking I'm going to go neutral because I don't want to do too much pink. So I'm just looking for some lace or crochet that would just finish that off a bit at the top. Got this one. I think this will just finish that top off nicely. So that is essentially what my page is going to look like. So from here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the vellum first of all, and I'm just going to do a straight stitch all the way around the vellum, just to get that all completely glued, sewn down. And then once that's done, I'm then going to stitch my fabric flip straight onto my page, just across the top, and then of course I'm going to stitch this this topper on as well. So I'm going to hit pause whilst I go off and do the sewing. I'll only be a second for you, and I think we might add some decoration to the back of this pocket or something, or do something with the vellum. So I'll be right back. Right then, I'm back from the sewing machine. So I've got the vellum sewed onto the paper, and then I've added the fabric flip and the little bit of crochet. It's not perfect, and it doesn't matter. I think it looks really cute. So we're just going to go ahead and glue basically the whole back piece down. I'm going to use the Fabri-Tac for this, just because I'm going over my stitching, but I'm going to be careful with my edges because I don't want to have it gloop out everywhere, you know. I'm glad that I decided to do this fabric flip. I think it's just added just another element of interest, you know, to the journal. And I do love a fabric flip. I think they're so fun. It's that interactiveness and also the touchy-feeliness, which I have been forgetting to use fabrics in journals lately. So I'm just standing up so that I can get it where I want it to be. See what I'm doing. That's it. It's really difficult to see where the edge of the book is. There we go. As I say, it's not perfect, and I'm staying out of that spine because obviously this is, you know, there is some bulk to this now. So if I just keep it away from that spine, then it will add, you know, it won't add pressure to that. And I'll probably have to go in with my art glitter glue on the edges, but I'll do that later. Not important right now. There we go. Oh, I love how that looks. Oops, sorry, I'm just sitting back down. Right then, so I feel like we need to do something to the vellum to make it a little bit more interesting. Now, I was potentially going to have this as my tag, because I really like that you can see the writing, and it's a poem about spring, or several poems about spring that I cut out from a book. And I love that you can see the writing through the fabric flip, and then of course you lift it up to, you know, to get your tag to write on it. So yeah, I think I'm gonna have that there. Yeah, I think I will. So I just want to do a little something to this pocket. Now I'm hoping I didn't throw away the, yes, awesome. What I've been doing when I've been working with vellum lately is I've just been adding a little bit of book page to it. Now I realise I probably should have done this before sewing, because I could have actually sewn through these layers, but it doesn't matter. It don't matter. So yeah, I'm thinking just a little bit of a something there. So we have that. And I don't think I'm going to add too much more. I'm just thinking maybe a word or a label across there. Oh, I tell you what we could add. Oh, sorry, I just suddenly thought. Obviously I got all these things out to decorate with, and I've barely used what's on my tray. But I was just thinking, you know, we could add a fussy cut or a sticker. I did want to get some dog roses in, but I don't think I've got, I don't think that's going to work. Right, sticker. Looking for a sticker. So I've got these pretty green and gold leaf type stickers, which are, that one's a bit too big. Maybe we could use that, because I don't want anything overpowering behind the behind this. I don't want it to be, you know, just a hint of it. So I actually think I'm going to tear this piece down a bit more. Just have that there. That like that, which I think would be nice, lovely. And then yeah, we're going to want, I was going to say a word, but I've got warm spring breeze there, so I probably don't want another word. So what if, I'm just thinking, maybe a label or something. Don't want anything too overpowering, you see. Ooh. No, I think I want a small label. So let me just fish around for one. I'm sure I've got one somewhere. Okay, I found this tiny little label that's got, I think it's got some kind of date on it and some numbers. I'm just going to cut it down a bit. And I think this is what I want, because I don't want anything, I want the fabric flip to be revealing that surprise, you know. So the way this is going to be down here, kind of like this-ish, right? When you put the flowers down, you can just see a little bit of the text. Oops, sorry, I'm way off screen. But you can't see the label or the sticker, so it's not taking away from the actual prettiness of the fabric flip. So I'm just going to ink this very lightly because I don't want it to be, again, overpowering. And then I think that is that page done, apart from just backing that journal card. But I've not made any of the ephemera yet. I just knew that I wanted to have that in there because it's a poem about spring, and I just really liked the text showing through yeah, the fabric flip. So yeah, overall I'm really happy with these pages. I'm happy with the whole book, actually. And I do think I've done well to you know, keep all of the seasons colours wise, and I do feel like you take a journey through the book, which is exactly what I wanted. You know, I wanted it to be a journey through the seasons. That was the whole point of it, wasn't it? So I do feel like I've managed to achieve that so far. So I can't believe that's it. Like, you know, considering I was dragging my feet for so long, I feel like those pages have come together really fast. But I tell you what, the planning video that I did in the beginning, it really does help to sit down and do that planning session. Just to it helps you narrow down what it is that you're going to do in the book. Not just from, you know, what you want to feature, but also what pages you want to do. It really does help you narrow it down. So that's that. There you go. That is that page finished. That is spring done and dusted. So as you see, that fabric flip is completely hiding all of the detail, apart from you see a little bit of the spring words. And then we lift it up, you get a little bit of detail down there, and we've got the card, which I do need to back, but I'll sort that out another time. I've got a little bit of, oh, I've got something on that. I think it might be ink. There we go. Okay. There we go. And then yeah, I just need to glue those edges down a little bit better. So shall we have a little look-see through the pages? Actually, to be fair, I kind of need to remind myself of what they look like. So this is the first spring. There are 2 tuck spots, and we've got, I really liked that collage with the daisy. I thought that was so fresh and spring-like, definitely. Oh, and oh, the bird's nest, how could I forget? I loved making that. And of course we've got our country lane in spring window. So you can see here the fabric flip, those peachy tones and greens are coming through at the bottom. Can you see? I do like just a hint of that. And then we've got this folds out, and then I'm glad I put it on this side actually, because although it folds out both ways, it folds out as much as this, basically the width of the book, and then of course it folds out the other way, so you know, you can do the writing on the back. But yeah, I felt like then, you know, you've got the whole width of the book for the writing on it, so glad about that. And that's a belly band, so I need to think of something to put behind there. So yeah, really like that. And it gets a piece used up I'd already made, you know. And then we've got some purples coming in. I'm so glad that of how that looks, definitely. Of course, our little, oh, those were so fun to do. I mean, all of this has been really fun. Love it. And this is what I said about in the planning video, where I said, you know, if you have the, because they're half pages, you see, you know, you see the fabric flip and you see this page whilst those pages are open, you see, you know. So I wanted it to go with that too, and I think it does, you know. Yeah, nice. Oh, I absolutely love this. And then of course what we've just done, fabric flip, which was really simple to do. And yeah, that fabric isn't adding a ton of bulk, and the vellum doesn't add hardly anything, so you know, just a little bit of extra bulk, but not much at all. Right, so that is it. I need to join these two pages together now, so I suppose I'll do that as I'm saying goodbye. So just as we have been, every time you finish your page, unless you're going to be doing some kind of flip out on the other side, do bear that in mind. You don't want to close up your page if you're going to have some kind of flip out and you've got like a you know, an envelope in here or something, like an envelope flap. Check out my winter pages if you want to see what I mean by that, because I did a flip out, you know, a proper flip out with an envelope in that section. Right. I mean, to be fair, I probably should have glued these pages together before doing the fabric flip. It might have been a little bit easier, but I keep forgetting that part. It's as I turn the page that I'm like, oh, that's you can see the, you know, the grossness from tearing out the pages from the book. But never mind. But yeah, fast reminder every time you turn the page is, oh yeah, I need to glue my pages together. That's it. I can't believe spring's finished. I mean, you know, I know spring itself in real life here in the UK is coming to an end too. It'll be summer soon, but yeah, spring's finished. I know we've got summer next, but yeah, I really enjoyed those pages. Oh, really enjoyed it. I'm so glad that I cut these ones down. Yeah, I'm so glad about that. I love it. Well, there you go. Thank you so much for watching and sticking with me. And, you know, if you've watched the whole series so far of the Salted Book, then thank you so much for watching. I really, really appreciate it, and I can't tell you enough how much I do. I hope that you like how the book is coming along. So the next season we'll be working on is, of course, summer, which, don't worry, I'm not going to leave it months. And I know I said that last time, but I really genuinely mean it. I'm going to take a little bit of a break to think about what I want to do, and then we're just going to come back and get that done. And one thing I will say is I'm a bit worried about the thickness of it. Like, we're fine now, but I still have the summer pages to do, and I have not added hardly any ephemera into this. So I think when it comes to the ephemera, I'm going to have to be really, really clever about what I back things with, backing them with paper rather than card, for example. So I think I will probably try and do that as much as possible. And you might have noticed through the spring months, although I have added pockets and I've added interesting things, I haven't gone with the idea of having a tuck spot or a pocket on every single page. Like, I think the autumn months, when I very first started it, I think I was trying to put a tuck spot or a pocket on every single page, and yeah, I haven't done that with these pages, because I just realised that actually that adds a lot of bulk and a lot of pockets to fill. So anyway, I don't know when I'm going to do the ephemera. My original plan was I was going to get the pages done and then do the ephemera, you know, in between each season, but it's one of those things, I don't know what I want for the ephemera now, to be honest. I think this will be a big collaged card. I would like to have a collaged card in each season, so that's what I'm kind of thinking. Those are just going to be very small, you know, things like this where it's just, there's not much to it, it's just a kit tag or something, or a journal card. Again, this isn't going to take up, this isn't going to have much in it because it's not very heavy. Something behind the belly band. Probably do something like book page wise, and then I suppose really, I mean, for this, the spring months, there's not much ephemera to make. I'll make a collaged card, which I'll do with a masterboard for that big pocket. Everything else is going to be stuff from kits I've got, and these are just going to be tea stained cards, and I've already decided what's in that pocket. So actually, I'm not going to do a spring ephemera video, just decided that, because there's not much to show. So when I come to do that collaged card, I'll just do that with the summer months and be done with it. Yeah. Right, there we go. that is spring. So thank you so much, and I hope you like it. And I don't know what to do with this book when I'm finished. I have no idea. I don't know if it's a, like, I don't know if somebody's going to want to buy it or if I should keep it. I'm just going to keep going until it's finished. And I guess I need to make a plan from there. But anyway, I hope that you like how it's coming together, and we'll speak soon. And I'll stop my waffling now as I find some like bits of rubber in my spine. There we go. All right. Thanks so much, everyone. We'll speak soon. Bye-bye for now.